Finished,
Good.
all done.
Oh, that's with the report.
Yes, the report comes in, they need to review it, and then we present it to the board.
So really,
Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. Can we rise for the pledge? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll open the meeting up to public comment.
all eyes are on you, Tim.
Good to see our liaison here. Good evening.
We'll close public comment and go into our consent agenda from DA1 to C.6. As usual, if you have any questions, you want explanation, or you want to pull out a specific item, we can.
And I just want to draw attention, I sent a text earlier today, we had a last minute resignation of someone that we hired this summer. She is listed on here as an addendum. We'd like to get that on here tonight so that we can go ahead and move forward with trying to fill that leave
I think
replacement.
we're good. Do we need a formal motion to add that to the agenda?
No.
No, good, yeah, so that's fine.
Any
Good,
other
I'm gonna motion.
questions? Yeah, can I have a motion? Motion by Mike, second by Tom. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. All right, we'll move into our assistant superintendent comments.
At the end of July, after our last board meeting, we had our administrative retreat. We had a really successful day, reflecting on the year and looking at things that we want to focus on for the upcoming year. I gave the administrators some challenges to work on that they had some fun with. So we had a good day there. Today I had our new teacher orientation. So we had 8 of our newest staff members for the upcoming year. Come in for a lot of planning and learning about our systems and some logistics and different parts, and they got to meet a lot of the staff. So we had a great day with them. We look forward to them joining us officially on September 2nd. 2 weeks ago, Joe and I attended the Ulster County Superintendent's Retreat. We had some representatives come from State Ed, and some more unknowns with the New York Inspires work. More of things are coming. They did listen to feedback and took notes on some of the concerns that we gave to them. They are planning to hold a Board of Regents meeting in Ulster County at iPark, I believe it was September, right?
Yeah.
In September. They are looking to make some changes to some of the regulations, but again, more non-answers with some of the stuff, so we continue to wait on more information on that. And just lastly, we're at our planning for our opening day, which is right around the corner. So we're finalizing our agendas for the first 2 days, where we have our staff on September 2nd and September 3rd, and then looking forward to welcoming back our kids on September 8th.
Any questions for Dr. Boyd? Okay, we'll move on to our.
All right, so our end of the summer dates are upon us now. So 6th grade orientation is going to be on August 25th from 5 to 7. That's also scheduled pickup at the middle school. On the 26th, we have 7th and 8th grade scheduled pickup from 5 to 7. On the 27th, we have the 9th grade orientation here at the high school from 4 to 6. As Patrick said, the 2 superintendent's conference days are being planned right now for September 2nd and 3rd. Part of the day on September 3rd, we also have our annual kindergarten orientation down at the elementary school, and then school will open on September 8th. That's all I have.
That's it?
Because Patrick reported on all the things that, which is good. He took all the meat, because.
Any questions for the superintendent? Okay, we'll move on. Board of Education, new business. This one we have to read. I'll try to go through it as quickly as possible, and then we'll do a roll call at the end. So, the real property tax levy and library tax adoption of tax levy. 2025-2026 real property tax levy and library tax resolution. Be it resolved, the receiver of taxes be authorized and directed to collect taxes for the Highland Central School District by mail during the period of September 1, 2026 to September 30th, 2026 without penalty. And during the period of October 1, 2026 to October 31st, 2026 with the addition of a 2% interest penalty, and further that all taxes not received or U.S. postmarked on the close of business on October 31st, 2026 be turned over to the Ulster County Treasurer for collection. Be it resolved for the collector of taxes of the Highland Central School District, towns of Esopus, Lloyd, Marlborough, New Paltz, and Platico of Ulster County, New York State. You are hereby commanded to give notice and start collection of taxes on September 1, 2026 in accordance with provisions of Section 1322 of the Real Property Tax Law. To give notice that tax collection will end on October 31st, 2026. To collect taxes in the amount of $34,817,153 for the school district levy, less the amount to be separately provided through the STAR program for which the tax collector is not responsible. And $1,128,775 for the library levy in the same manner that collectors are authorized to collect town and county taxes in accordance with provisions of Section 1318 of the Real Property Tax Law. To make no changes, alterations in the tax warrant or the tax warrant or the tax roll attached, but shall return the same to the Board of Education. The board may recall its warrant and tax roll for correction of errors or omissions in accordance with provisions of the Section 1316 of the Real Property Tax Law. 5, to forward by mail to each owner of real property listed on the tax roll within 10 days after the start of collection, a statement due on his or her property on pre-numbered tax bill forms provided by the school district in accordance with provisions of Section 922 of the Real Property Tax Law, and to forward by mail without interest penalties to the office of the county treasurer a detailed bill of all state land parcels liable for taxes on the tax rolls, on the school tax rolls in accordance with Section 540 and 544 of the Real Property Tax Law. 6, to receive from each of the taxable corporations and natural persons the sum listed on the attached tax rolls without interest and penalties when such sums are paid before the end of the penalty-free period, September 1 to September 30th, 2026, and to add 2% interest penalty to all taxes collected during the penalty period, October 1st, 2026 to October 31st, 2026. 7, to issue receipts provided by the school district in accordance with an acknowledgement of receipt of payments of taxes and to retain and preserve and exact carbon copies of all such receipts issued as required by Section 986 of the Real Property Tax Law. 8, to promptly return the warrant at its expiration, and if any taxes on the attached tax roll shall be unpaid at this time, deliver the account thereof on form showing by town the total assessed valuation tax rate, the total tax levy, the total amount remaining uncollected as required by Section 1330 of the Real Property Tax Law, and subsequently to turn over to the county treasurer by November 15, 2026, a listing of all unpaid taxes with penalties included. 9, this warrant is issued pursuant to Section 910, 912, and 914 of the Real Property Tax Law and is delivered in accordance with Section 1306 and 1398 of this law. It is effective immediately after it is properly signed by a majority of the Board of Education. This warrant shall expire on the date stated above unless a renewal or extensions have been endorsed on the face of this warrant in writing in accordance with Section 1318, Subdivision 2 of the Real Property Tax Law. Whereas the Board of Education of the Highland Central School District is authorized to raise funds for the 2026-2027 school year not to exceed $59,608,963. Be it resolved, the board authorize and direct the levy and collection of taxes for the 2026-27 school year in the amount of $34,817,153, less the amount to be separately collected provided through the STAR program for which the tax collector is not responsible, and that the board fix the equalized tax rates by towns and confirm the extension of the tax roll as they appear on the attached tax roll. Roll call.
Okay, just say yes or no, and then I will be passing out this sheet that you just need to sign, okay? Heather Welch? Yes. Tom Miller?
Good.
Jen Becker?
Yes.
Mike Bakaxias?
Yes.
Janine Gemmel?
Yes.
Alan Barone?
Yes.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll move to the old business. No old business, any new business?
I did have an old business item. It was just regarding the safety assessment. I was just curious when the board, when we could receive a copy
We're
of
hoping
that.
soon.
What's
We're
that?
hoping soon.
Oh, okay.
They were doing some finalized touch. I really thought we were gonna get it at some point this summer.
Oh, we
So,
don't have it yet. Oh, very good.
Hopefully
Okay.
soon.
Yeah, we met with them in July just to review some of the stuff that they first came out with, but they're still working on the final report.
Great. Okay.
Okay, under new business, we have a scheduled meeting on September 1st. I don't know from now until then if we're having any business that has to be voted on, any new hires at that point. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if we're gonna have many for you to consider at that point.
Right,
The speech one that we just are gonna need to repost, that posting won't finish until the end of next week, and that was actually a shortened posting. And then the librarian position doesn't end until the end of next week. And I'm told that there are not very many candidates out there that other districts have looked at. So I'm not sure if you will have hires, but there is that clause in the reorg that if we do have a hire, the board authorizes the superintendent to go ahead and have somebody get started, and you will approve them at the next meeting. So if we have any, I can certainly let you know that, or if it's after me, then Patrick will let you know that. The only other thing is that Pete Miller has offered to do walkthroughs at some point, so walkthroughs of each of the buildings. So if that's something the board would want to entertain for that evening, we can schedule that for the 1st, or if you wanted to move that to later into September, just really put that out
yeah,
there for
that's
conversation.
up to the board if you want to do that, because I think our next September meeting is the 22nd. 22nd. So at that point, we can do a walkthrough then, but if you want to do it on September 1st, and we have a small agenda, we can cover that, and then
Everything should be put back together, obviously.
well, we had no capital projects. this
Nothing
summer.
going on, so.
Yeah, no, I believe the buildings will be ready because the staff comes back the next day, so.
Right. So we'll hold the September 1st meeting, 5:30, or you want to go back to our 6 o'clock?
Oh, I think 6 p.m. looks better.
We can start the walkthrough at the elementary school, then go to the middle school, then come up here at the high school, and maybe start our meeting at 6:30 if you want to start at 5:30 with the walkthroughs.
So 5:30 at the elementary school,
5:30 at the elementary school, we're okay
and
with
then
that.
middle school, and then here.
And we'll meet up, and
And the way Lisa could put it in the agenda is that a meeting will immediately follow if we have an agenda to actually take. But I think
Right.
if you're all meeting together at the elementary school, I think you would at least need to call that.
Where are
a
we?
meeting.
What stage are we in with building conditions survey? Usually they're
That's due
at-
in the spring, so that is underway. It's due to the
That's
state in the spring, I believe, May
Okay.
1st.
we're gonna start to do
March 1st.
FRP for potential architects to come in to do our building condition survey.
Okay.
But I don't
Yeah.
think the support service is going to move
Not
forward
recommending.
with our current design team. We'll bring that up in our September meeting and start soliciting for architectural firms to give us a proposal to do our building condition survey. think it's every.
So that means
5
there's
years.
an active building condition survey that's 4 or 5 years old?
I think there's every 5 years.
It's every 5 years.
Okay, so,
So that helped to inform the last project. So
Right.
internally, we've been pulling together the
I
items
see.
from that list. But when we put the RFP out, we'll have another firm come in and take another set of eyes on that and determine where you're going for the next
so
5.
what's the purpose of our walkthrough on the first?
If the board wants to see.
Just to
you know,
check out the
conditions
buildings?
of our building.
Oh, very good, okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure.
yeah, no, it has nothing
Yeah,
to do with it.
it's,
That makes it more leisurely than
Yeah,
oh,
the
absolutely.
elementary
It's to
boilers
see
are gonna
the-
go, come see the leak.
To see the
Okay.
buildings, and I think there's a lot of pride and excitement about how great our buildings look that they would like you to see it as well.
Outstanding.
And our entire gym at the high school, I mean, wait till
Yeah,
you
the
see
gym
that.
is-
That is sparkling right now. It looks incredible. Great work there.
September 1st, 5:30 at the elementary school?
You'll basically call the meeting to order and
Yeah.
go on your way and then come up here and
so when you
Okay.
post that, it'll be 5:30 at the elementary school.
I think the only other old business question I had beyond that was, the concession stand. Is all the equipment that was expected in that space installed?
I believe the Educational Foundation.
I
did some-
believe so, but I'm not 100% certain. I can get
Okay.
you that answer for the Friday update or for the next meeting.
Gotcha. Next meeting's fine.
Oh, so he might know right there. The concession stand, is all the equipment that's been purchased, has that all been installed? The concession stand?
That's kind of a mixed bag of things. We're working with Highland Youth Football, and we think we got most everything we need to do what we gotta do.
Sort of an answer.
Not exactly a checklist.
It's not a big
of
area,
items,
so
but-
not a lot of equipment going in there.
There's a lot of working parts with it, so that's good to know
Yeah,
that.
we're setting up right now with stuff that we came with Highland Youth Football, and
But the stuff from the Ed Foundation, that's all in?
the correct answer to that is no.
Okay.
How about the things that we ordered for that space through the capital project? All of that has been in?
That's all.
That's a check.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, there's other agencies that are looking to assist.
Yeah,
in-
that was one of the expenditures that the Ed Foundation did, is they helped to buy some of the other equipment that was not part of the project.
Do we know
So,
what that kind of equipment was? I don't recall seeing anything like that.
We looked at a bunch of different equipment that would be like a better grill or something, cook faster, things like that.
I got you, okay, all right.
So what we're doing right now is we're assessing what Highland Youth Football has, how we're gonna try to work the whole thing so that food service isn't investing in it and make it a viable operation, which
Yeah, I
I
mean-
think we're gonna do.
Gotcha. Okay,
Last year, the Highland Youth Football had gotten a permit for the specific dates of their games. This year, we got them to apply for a permit that goes from
that's
this
great. That
Saturday
helps.
until November, so
All right,
they can be there anytime.
great reports. Thank you. That's,
that's all new news to me too, so
yeah,
that's good.
you know what? If there could be assistance in that process, because you're processing a lot of people, I think that's fantastic. And you know, it's all on the up and up, and they can operate in that space. I think that's the ideal situation, long term.
I think the community, especially the youth football program is going to utilize it the most, during their season. So they're working with Pete, I believe, on that to make sure that everything's in order for what they could use and what they can give us to help support that cause. Outside of that, I mean, we're trying to, maintain that concession stand for our own athletic programs and keep it open with school staff during
No,
some of the
actually,
seasons.
the way we're working it right now is we're heading toward the high possibility that Highland Youth Football would run it for varsity events, so that food service doesn't have to invest in it.
Even better.
That's
We don't
gonna
want to
it.
be a burden
Right,
to food services, but I understand the balance, trust me, real well.
yeah.
But yeah, good, because ultimately with that type of model, I think you meet the expectations.
There's gonna be a learning curve on how they're gonna do it, and, it's kind of like, there's not gonna be and most times there's not gonna be a clientele that you can just keep cooking hamburgers and pass them out. So it's gonna be cooking hamburgers and giving tickets and getting it at the grill and, when it's paid for. Also using it, the cube on the phone so that because people don't carry cash. And working around that, so there's a whole bunch of things that were kind of like walking off into the weeds trying to make work and make it a viable thing that people expect when they get here, that they could go buy a hamburger if they're hungry, instead of come here and find out that, oh, the most I can get is a bag of potato chips or nothing.
Right.
So, trying to make it viable.
I think the other piece is we talked about, we don't close before away teams get a chance to visit that space. And I think that's a little delicate, but I think it's the right thing to do.
Well, that's all part of the conversations and everything, because we're kind of like inventing this thing as we're going ahead, so.
Okay,
Yeah.
anybody else? Okay, before we adjourn, I know this is our superintendent's.
So am I gonna read first? I'm gonna try to read. So before we finish tonight, I just wanted to, say thank you. Feels strange to sit here. Yep, I'm not gonna get through it. And say that after all these years in Highland, this will be my last board meeting as superintendent. A big thank you to the board, past and present, for giving me the opportunity to serve in this role and for the trust you've placed in me. Big thanks to all the people that I've had the chance to work alongside over the years. We've had our share of challenges, and we've also accomplished a lot together. And we all should be proud of the work that everybody does in this district. I've always believed best things happen when people come together, like the people in Highland. And they always have. They roll up their sleeves, they figure out what's best for kids, and they get things done. The night of that fire, if you could have seen that, people from the middle of the night trying to save something for this community. That was ad-libbed. You all knew what you were getting into when you hired me 5 years ago. This happened at the table, if you remember.
Of course.
But I am very fortunate, and you're all very fortunate. This district's being left in really great hands. I'm excited to see what is in store for Highland, what comes next. But so simply, I'm just gonna say thank you for the opportunity, the support, the challenges, the laughs, the memories. It's been a great ride, and it's all meant a great deal to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Joel. On behalf of the Board of Education, and I think the entire Highland community, especially the school community. Joel spent 22 years here in our district, moved as a assistant principal at the middle school, went on to be principal at the elementary school, and then was able to come up here 5 years ago to be our superintendent of schools. And I probably said this many times before, it doesn't always happen to a superintendent to go through several real difficult situations. We went through COVID with Joel coming on at the end of that. We went through that fire, which was devastating to this community, this school district. And he pulled everybody together with the help of all his directors and the community at large. Was able to pull that all together and still function as a school district. And there was no interruption whatsoever. So I want to thank Joel for that. But the 22 years he spent here, I think you probably have made a tremendous amount of friendships along the way. maybe a few enemies. I think we all do that in our role in the public sector. But for the most part, we make real fond memories of staff members, school board members, students alike. So I think you moving on into retirement is, at this point in time, I think you're going to enjoy it. I know you're looking forward to going down to Florida and spending your golden years in Florida. So with that being said, the Board of Education has put together a little gift for you to take on your journey to Florida and enjoy putting whatever little things you have to do to make your home down there enjoyable. And I'm sure you'll still keep in touch with most of the people here in this district for probably a week or so. And then
So many have you on
you'll
speed
forget
dial.
about us, but we'll keep reminding you that you still have ties up here in Highland. So, Joel, congratulations, good luck, and enjoy your time. Thank you. Okay, does anyone want to make?
I did want to say a few, it's just been a real honor. This isn't, it's been passionate leadership. It's been brilliant leadership every step of the way. When you return to be Highland Elementary, you're the only principal my boys ever knew. You're loved. You love the district. That's clear. And we just all wish you the very best. God bless.
Okay, I think that concludes our meeting. I'll ask for, I'll open it up to public comment.
Good catch, Al.
We'll close public comment and I'll ask for adjournment. Motion by Heather, second by Janine, all in favor?
Bye.
All opposed, so carried.
Joel's gonna post.
All yours now.
That's right.
5 more days, what have we
Oh, I
got?
still got a couple more days.
The mic drops eventually, though.
He wants to stay right to the end, he doesn't want to leave.
I said I'd be here to the 31st, and that's when I'm gonna be here.
And then, of course, I'll tell
There's still stuff to do.
Enjoy the time.